All right, guys, I'm gonna do something a little bit different. Yesterday's was really powerful. I know I got my rotation slides and all that, but I felt like I wanted to play some clips from yesterday's call. Really eye opener. So maybe we have some time doing that. So that's what I'm gonna do. Instead of playing the rotation slides, I'm gonna play some clips from yesterday's call. All right, so I'm gonna shut down the music. But guys, day one, welcome. But I felt like, you know what? Let's throw some clips yesterday of what happened. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Gonna listen to what I feel the Lord is saying. So here's a few clips.
Saints, it is so important. I've learned in my past, both me and my wife, what to do and what not to do. I've been on the end of things where it's like, wow, I should have waited. And I'm going to tell you something, Dr. Garcia. I want to thank you for allowing me on. And I told you that before, but I'm going to say it again. Many years ago, the Lord spoke to me about the economy shift. He spoke to me and he said, in 2000, literally, in 2008, there was going to be a crash. And I told a lot of people about it. And let me tell you what happened. I was already preparing myself for it. But I got talked out of it. And I'm going to tell you something. That was the biggest mistake I could have ever done.
So I'm going to pause there. Dr. Manuel said there, he was talked out of it. So this is where it's important not to get talked out of what the Lord's about to do into crypto. So I'm just going to resume the playing here. Once again, welcome everyone. Welcome Space Gen 11. I like that. Let's keep going.
I told a lot of my friends, minister friends, I said, you know what? The Lord spoke to me that there's going to be a crash. There's going to be a problem in 2008. And I was told this. And I'm going to tell you what happened. They said, no, you didn't hear right from God. No, don't worry about it. I go, are you sure? Because God keeps telling me there's going to be a crash. No, there's not going to be a crash. And then people were telling me that, and I started to question what the Lord told me. And I had a time, I could have unloaded. I had 2 years, could have unloaded. And I held on. Big mistake.
So right there, two years, Dr. Manuel Johnson was saying, Prophet Dr. Manuel Johnson was saying he held on. This is the 2008, right? And then it's interesting, 2011, Dr. Cheryl Ann heard a changes, wrecking ball of the current fiat system. And then now 2014, cryptos was introduced. I'm going to talk about that a little bit, but I'm just going to continue here. Just the wisdom Dr. Manuel Johnson talks about here.
And when the crash happened, where was those people that told me it was not going to happen? None of them could help me. None of them could help me. And I was left holding the bag. I got on my knees. I said, I repent. I said, Lord, never again. Never again. I said, when you tell me anything about an economy, I will stick to it. And you know what? God has granted me that gift again. He showed me Bitcoin. And just recently, he showed me Bitcoin again recently. This year.
And that's amazing. So Bitcoin, not just one time, but multiple times to Manuel Johnson. I'm going to jump some of my slides already here. Just amazing recap videos of what happened yesterday. I encourage you to watch it. But here's another one. So good here. All right, let's go. Let's go here. This one up maybe 2 minutes.
Makes it very clear. He says, a righteous man will see trouble and prepare his family for it. And I really believe that cryptocurrency is not trouble. The dollar is trouble. The currency dollars around the world is in trouble because eventually if you see the American dollar fall, it's going to start to domino effect around the world. Watch. And so they were talking about the banking system, you know, that you got billions and $1 trillion banks. They're not going to sit there and let everything fall. They're going to get on board. And I also gave a powerful prophecy that you're going to start to see in 2023 banks accept cryptocurrencies.
Wow. So, guys, banks accepting cryptocurrency. Post that in the chat. People that are watching this now live and watching in replay, banks accepting cryptocurrency. This is huge because you want to get in before this. You got to get in before this, right? Banks accepting cryptocurrency. When banks with trillions of dollars accepting cryptos is going to go up. You got to position yourself. So banks, post in the chat, guys, whether live or replay, banks accepting cryptocurrency.
In 2023, it's already been happening. I said, you will see the Lord show. And I said this last year, said the banks are going to have credit cards or debit cards in a form where it will be filtered through cryptocurrency. Watch it come out of it. So far, several major banks have already come out in America and has accepted just as the prophecy it came to pass, is coming to pass, because they're already saying it. Bank of America, Wells Fargo, we're coming out with a debit cryptocurrency card because they said this is where we're going. And
That's so good. And then I want to play another footage. I think we got 6 minutes before the challenge. Guys, these highlights are just so amazing. This one is big. I know I will replay this again and play it as well, but I felt like, rather than playing the rotation slides, let's get some recap video of yesterday. Yesterday was just wow, was just fire. And if you didn't watch it, I highly encourage you. And please share, share, share. Post in the chat, guys. Share, share, share. In YouTube you can share, in Facebook you can share. Let us know if you share, because we do want to give people the VIP experience. So if you're to email support@minustech.ca, admins, if you can put that, we will pick out some winners for the VIP experience to bring you back there. So just share through Facebook. You can click the share button. In YouTube you can share. Let us know if you shared, and we can send out the Zoom link to you if you email us at support@minustech.ca. I'm going to play this other footage, another highlight right here. Here we go.
I could put in this much money and the cryptocurrencies goes like that and the dollars are going like that. Where am I winning?
Right? So Dr. Manuel said, I could put money with cryptocurrency that's going up, 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 or I could put it in the bank where it's going down, down, down. Right? So now the banks, just got that crazy revelation, guys. The banks with all their money that they have, oh wow, thank you for reading that, Lord. They're buying cryptos in the background. Wow, to add to what Manuel Johnson is saying, the trillions of dollars the banks have, right? They're getting into cryptocurrency. Let me show you a quick slide here. Oh man, this is going to be very, very different. But guys, right here, share. Yes. So right here, guys, JP Morgan, Chase, Bank of America, the Chinese banks, Wells Fargo, Morgan Stanley, even the Canadian banks are buying cryptos. Are buying cryptos in the background. Why? They know something is happening. They know. In fact, American Express, Visa, and Mastercard is accepting cryptos. If they're accepting it, and it's going up, guess what the banks are doing? They're going to be buying crypto. So let's just continue this video. Hopefully I got the right video here. Okay, let's keep going. Share this tab instead. We got 3 minutes.
I warned wonderful pastors. I'm not going to give their name. I warned wonderful pastors. I said, Bitcoin's about to go up. I said, certain real estates are going to go up. I said, watch. I know everything is going to fall. It's going to fall. It's going to fall. I said, no, 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 no. I'm telling you, there's about to be a shift in 2023.
Shift in 2023. Post that in the chat, guys. Shift in 2023. Shift in 2023. And we are in 2023, guys. Let's keep going.
And it's going to watch. It's going to go. I saw it with my own eyes as the Lord took me to a place. I don't know what year it was, but I knew it wasn't like 10 years. I knew it wasn't 5 years. I knew it was close. At that part, I knew. And I saw the board. I was in New York.
Sorry, Manuel Johnson. What year was that when you saw this?
I saw this was last year. And I saw and I was taken in. Oh my gosh, my light. My light.
So, guys, I know that's not an accident for his light to flicker, because listen to what he's about to say next. I think we got like 2 minutes.
Okay. I'll fix that later. So I was taken in the future, and I saw the board on. It wasn't Times Square. I was in the trading platform, and I saw, and I remember seeing the boards, and I forgot what you call it in New York, or the stock trading, and I would not forget it. And I saw, and it said Bitcoin, and it was trading over 100,000.
Wow. Bitcoin trading over 100,000.
It was trading at over 100,000. I'll never forget that. And I saw certain other things, certain other cryptos. My wife, remember the other one I was.
Notice he said certain other cryptos. It's not even about Bitcoin. It's all about the other cryptos, the medium cap, lower cap coins, the coins that are in the top 50 and the top 100 plus. Because now he's going to talk about XRP. It's already at 50 cents right now, going to 70 plus. That's 140x, guys.
XRP.
Come on.
I saw it. It was it's real. This was as real as I'm looking at the screen and you two now. All you wonderful saints. It was so real. XRP. And I saw the numbers. You know, and I was looking at the numbers. So what is XRP now, honey?
50 cents.
Okay. I remember seeing it. It was above 7.0, but it was like $7. It was nowhere near where it is now. Wow. 770 was it like 70, right? 70 or $75. It was up there. It shot up. Something had happened. And the news media went buck wild. And they were saying on the news, many people that had invested in certain cryptocurrencies are now millionaires. So, saints, you got to get on board. God has given us a window of opportunity. He has given us a window right now. A homeless person can do XRP right now. A homeless person can get involved. You know, so I'm speaking, and I have other prophet friends like Donna Rickney and Kat Kerr, and we all have heard the Lord. Wealth transfer is coming. The wealth transfer is also based off listening to what the Lord is doing, His knowledge. And so this is a good platform here. So those that are watching this platform, you must share this information.
All right, I'm going to stop right there. You must share this information, and just type in the chat, guys. Share, share it. I'm going to show you guys how to do that real quickly. in the YouTube and in Facebook real quickly. Then I'll play the intro video, guys. I just want to play those clips real quickly. But right now, to go to share this in YouTube, if you guys, most of you guys are watching in YouTube right now. Let me go. Where is it live? Where are you live? Right, so you can share. Right now we are live, I think. Where is it? All right, YouTube, there you go. Okay, so right now view on YouTube. Okay, so I'm gonna turn off the sound. Share this thread. So guys, this is how you share on the YouTube. If you're watching here, welcome everyone. Please click on the share button right down here, right beside the thumbs up. Yeah, put a thumbs up, put subscribe, all that stuff. But here, click on the share button and you can click on your WhatsApp, click on Facebook, Twitter, email, share it to as much people. They need to get the word out. And then obviously, let me show you how to share that in Facebook. How do we share that in Facebook? Let me show you how. In Facebook, this is how you share. Right there. So right here, all you have to do is click on the share button and you just right there, you can share on your news feed and all that, guys. All right, so let me play the intro video. Here we go. Where is the intro video? In 2009, the God airdrop is accelerating kingdom expansion. It was introduced at 31 cents. And in August 30, 2014, they raised $16 million. My coin stats, Facebook, and in Zoom.
My question is that I have a few of those accounts, like cryptocurrency accounts, and I'm confused about what I have and what I don't have.
The whole purpose of this is you can see everything of all your whole wallet. Just connect a wallet and just connect an Ethereum wallet and then just put the address. On a side note, Alejandro, did you notice that there was a prophetic word for the South American countries that they're going to be very rich? And so with that being said, a lot of South American countries are going to follow suit to what El Salvador did. Here, Bitcoin went at 33K and then 60K and then 36K. You want to avoid buying Bitcoin all in the top price. Building on top of that, and then we talked about how the kingdom is defense first versus offense, where yes, good morning, good afternoon, good evening from all around the world. 69 plus nations, 2,000 of you watching live and replay. I want to formally welcome you to our 5-day Supernatural Great Wealth Transfer and Cryptocurrency Challenge. I am your host, Erwin Garcia, the founder of Minus Academy. But before we start, let's just pray. Yesterday was fire, and let's continue that fire throughout all this week. Lord, thank you for what you're doing all throughout the earth. Thank you that you reveal to your prophets before you do anything so that we can prepare. Thank you for everyone that's dialing in and that's going to be watching the replay, #replay. And I pray, have your way. Today's day 1. And I pray you speak that they may hear your words, not mine. Use me in this time. This I pray in your precious name. Amen and amen. Okay, so you know I am a guy who likes slides. So here, this is our slide for today, how Mina, or money in cryptos, outperform the rest. Okay, so I did the welcome, I did the prayer. Let me play some testimonial videos. So these are the videos of our current members. This is a taste and see model where 5 days you get to see me coach in cryptocurrency using kingdom principles to not just to sustain it and help making sure that you have not a cent lost, right? I want to make sure of wealth preservation, right? That's the first piece. But these are our current testimonials of our members with Peggy, Mike, and Wendy. So here we go.
It's been good. We've learned a lot. I mean, I knew nothing about, I don't even know why we joined. I just watched those 3 classes and we went, hey, we should do that. And so here we are. We're still learning. We're still trying to buy that one ETH, that one Ether, and get that to go through the pending accounts. And so that we can be in the liquidity pool. So it's trying to get that through. And no pain, no gain. That's true.
I hear you. That's a crazy pain.
But yeah, it's been awesome. And I think it's well worth it. And I think that having that, what's that called? The Telegram, where everybody can respond on there. Like you can ask a question and Jacob will come on and answer, or David will answer, or somebody else will come on there and tell you what to do. Or explain something like, what is ICO? I just learned that tonight. even though we have some of those, I guess now.
Amazing,
So
Peggy.
thank you. It's been awesome. I'm looking forward to this year. Yay.
Yes. Thank you so much, Peggy. Wonderful, wonderful. Awesome. And I just want to apologize. My wife's correcting me. I keep saying 2,000 of you watching. What I meant was in our MailChimp, in our email list, we have 2,000 plus subscribers. So I am Canadian from Toronto. So I want to apologize for saying 2,000 of you watching. What I meant was 2,000 email subscribers that were reaching out into 69 plus nations. Here we have Mike A. His testimonial.
I similarly had a kind of the same experience that Debbie Ridenauer had. I got the thing from God, saying you need to get involved in crypto, and I had no idea. I could barely spell crypto, and then and I'm in a wheelchair and paralyzed on my right side from a stroke. So this is really perfect for me to get into because I have a lot of time to invest. And so Erwin and Dave has been great helping me come along and learn this crypto. And I've learned so much in a short amount of time I've been in it. And I've got NFTs. I'm in the liquidity pool, and it's just I'm making money already, and I'm amazed. I'm just amazed at how quick this has come about. So yeah, I'm like Debbie. If you feel good about it, and you feel like this is from the Lord, it was for me and it was for her, and I'm sure it's for others, then put feet first and jump, man. Just jump.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Michael. Wow, so many. I mean, let me go some testimonials on my slide. Thank you so much, Michael, for those kind words. All right, now we have Wendy A., his wife, Mike's wife.
I think that we've learned.
Oh, here we go. Admins, let's be aware.
I think that we've learned a whole lot since we started the class. I'm sorry, I'm echoing off of Michael's
No problem.
hat over there, but we have taken a lot of the advice of what we've seen and also what you've heard, and placed a little bit here, a little bit there, and we've been watching things change and grow, and kind of surprising actually. I got into NFTs and just starting that little journey. I don't have really the whole concept down of NFTs because I'm not part of the metaverse, and I see so many of them are connected to the metaverse, and they're making their own trading cards and from different characters and animals and stuff in all these different universes, and I'm not there. Being an artist, I have a hard time thinking that little digital nothings are art.
No problem. So that's why I'm excited.
you.
I'm excited how now you're in the space ahead of everybody else, because eventually the 8 billion plus people is going to be in this space and having advantage. Imagine knowing Amazon and Netflix and Apple before everybody else. Awesome. That was an amazing testimonials. Let's get right to it. So welcome again. Here's a few disclaimers that this is not financial advice and it's for educational purposes only. We are not affiliated with any religious organization or any business. And also, trading cryptos carries a high level of risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Before deciding to trade cryptocurrency, you should carefully consider your investment objectives, level of experience, and risk appetite. The possibility exists that you could sustain a loss of some or all of your initial investments, and therefore you should not invest money that you cannot afford to lose. And that all communication should go through the Minus team. The Minus Academy team will never ask for money, cryptos, passwords, or private keys. do not give your private keys password to anybody, right? Post in the chat. Do not give your private keys. Do not give your private keys. Do not give your private keys. Why do I do that? It's because once they have that, they have access to everything in your wallet. And I don't want that to happen for you guys. Okay. So, and here's a little bit of bio of me. Usually my co-host reads that today. I'm the co-host of the host. So I guess I don't know if I should just read it, but here's a short bio of me. Actually, let me read it out. Okay. So that I am here we go. I think it is in the ClickFunnels that I am. I don't know if to say it. As a 7-figure crypto entrepreneur and the founder of Minus Academy, I've been in retail IT consulting for 15 years. I'm going to go deep into this later. Since 2014, I've been involved in different facets of crypto. I'm also an ordained pastor. I'm married to a CFAN, Christ for All Nations ordained evangelist. I'm blessed with 6 beautiful children. I'll show you guys that picture. And that I've been called, firstly, to serve people over 50 intrigued by the rapid rise of cryptos. And I regularly talk through the process on how to position yourself to the supernatural great wealth transfer or God airdrop. Get it? And I love helping people know how to sow resources in smart places and see massive growth through cryptos. And I had an amazing opportunity to be now working with Prophet Pastor Dr. Manuel Johnson's in Oral Roberts with Michael Matthews, Bethel Tech with Ryan Collins. So that's my quick bio, right? So today, now let me go to my slide. Day one today. If you're taking notes, admins, you guys can post also our homework sheets. But today I'm going to cover 3 points. I'm going to keep it super simple for these challenge. Day one, first, of obviously the expectation of what a challenge is. So if this is your first time in a challenge, whether you're watching the replay or you can hashtag replay, but if you're first time in the challenge, just put 1 as your first time. But if you've been in a challenge before, just say I've been to put a 2. So I want to see how much 1 new people, so you understand what a challenge model is. And I'll talk about my story deeper on my bio that I just mentioned. And to the title today is how Mina, or money, works hardest in cryptos. The 3 points today that we're going to talk about is firstly how Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies created as a solution to our current dollar issues or the current fiat issues. Secondly, how Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are way better than the US dollar or the fiat system. And thirdly, how Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies go up in value faster than any other asset class. Okay, so here we go. Everyone go like this. This is the infinity signs, 2 circles, circle 1. This is our logo for the Mina system. Every time I do this, this represents the kingdom, right? Infinity, the infinity sign. Whatever applies 2,000 years ago can be applied today and could be applied 2,000 years from now. That's how powerful kingdom is. Just post in the chat, kingdom, kingdom, kingdom. I use kingdom principles in the crypto, in the Minus Academy, which I don't think not much people are doing this, and the supernatural. This is the kingdom is not bound by sex, male or female, not bound by denomination. If it's kingdom, you can probably bring it outside the 4 walls of your church. And if it's probably religious, you can probably only apply inside the 4 walls of the church. And that's why it's so powerful using kingdom principles. Okay, so a bunch of you put 1s in the challenge, some of you here. So what is the challenge? This is a taste and see model for 5 days. You get to taste how I coach, how I teach, even in day 3. For some of you that's never bought cryptos, I'll show you how to do that. So here, right here, this is called a challenge for a reason. You will be challenged. And secondly, be here to learn and create authentic connections. So some of you have already signed up for the VIP experience. I encourage you after this broadcast at the 1 hour mark, that's 6 p.m. PST, I go behind in our Zoom where we're going to go talk about even deeper and go questions on one-on-one, right? So here from our 100X cousins, the 100X where I'm from, it's the one that teaches the challenge model. Everyone go like this. This is kingdom. We have a culture of family. Kingdom is family, right? Friendship and fun. And I want to declare today, you are not an outsider. You belong and are welcome here. Think of this as a family camp for 5 days. Okay, so this is like a family camp where you're not outside as outsider, you're welcome here. And everyone go like this. We have a culture of honor. What does that mean? We want to honor people's time. Right? This time where we're in this challenge where we're focusing, we're concentrating, please no pitching or dropping links. And I love this. We reward action takers and doers because there will be an offer near the end of the 5 days. This is where I'm gonna put an offer of what the Minus Academy is, a 1-year revolving membership to the Minus Academy, which is the grand prize, the Kingdom Crypto Accelerator program, which is valued at $2,997. That's what we're going to be talking about. And how do you win this grand prize? To qualify, here are a few points for you to qualify. Number one, you want to make sure you're registered in the godairdropchallenge.com. Okay, that's godairdropchallenge.com, and watch all 5 days of the training, whether live or replay. Obviously, for you to complete your homework, you probably have to watch it. So complete your daily homework, and you can email that out to us. And you can put it at support@minustech.ca. This third point is very key. Once you say it out, once you declare it, then it sticks, right? So when it sticks, right? When you say we have a culture of family, friendship, and fun, we have a culture of honor, it sticks. And you say, oh, my brief takeaway today is we have a culture of honor. Bam, that's a takeaway. You can post that takeaway in YouTube or in the Facebook group or live or written post, or you can email at the support@minustech.ca. All right. And you have to be live during the winner draw, because we can't give it out and you're not there. Right. So we want to celebrate with you. Everyone go like this. Kingdom is kingdom of celebration. We can't celebrate with you if you're not there. So we want you to be live during the winner draw. Okay. Here we go. If you're ready, I want you to just post in the chat. Ready, ready, ready. I want you guys to be so attentive and engage, take notes, post. If you're not used to it, you can take notes and post your takeaways as well in the chat, because here we go. Let's go. Let me start with my intro of me. Okay, so this is me. This is my beautiful evangelist wife, as Mina, and our 6 beautiful children. There's a saying, with the great wealth transfer, with the greatest harvest, this will produce the greatest revival, produces the great kids. So I've been blessed with 6 beautiful kids. That's me right there. But it didn't all start there. I'm from the Philippines. We came to Toronto, Ontario, Canada. We were supposed to originally end up in Los Angeles, California, USA, but God had other better plans. So that's a picture of us in Niagara Falls. That's me, the good-looking guy there. That's me, the little guy there in the Philippines. And this is in Toronto, winter. Wow, what a big difference. I am one second of 4 boys. That's my father and my mother. So just growing up here, just like a regular boy. Came here in 1989, March 1989. Everything was new, from the Philippines, from the tropics to the winter, discovering new things like snow, cereal, like Fruit Loops, and movies. And it's just, wow, it was a big change. But I was like, wow, it was an amazing opportunity. Not knowing, when I was in the Philippines coming here, I was like, wow, I thought I was just going to be, what did I do? I was doing video games. I was doing basketball and looking for girls. And then I thought I was going to become doing basketball, and that didn't happen, knowing how short I was, and I injured my knee. And so in response to my family, I was telling them I want to go to Australia to learn Hillsong United, a Hillsong team, because Holy Spirit taught me how to play piano. That was really cool. And I was serving the church, playing, worship leading, all that stuff. And then my parents said, no, we want you to go University of Toronto, take software engineering. And I'm like, you know what? Because I love you guys, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to University of Toronto, take software engineering. Maybe I'll go to Hillsong Australia after. And that's what I did. And after studying, I realized, okay, am I going to be a video game designer? So for some of you thinking, where am I right now? Whether it's going back to school or a job change or starting your business, everyone put in the chat, micro steps. What do I mean by that? One step is all you need to be a step closer to your calling, to your destiny. Okay, micro step. And it's so important. You took the step to go in this challenge, can change the trajectory of your life. Right? I took that step, and I took software engineering, finished it, and then I took this micro step, thinking I was going to do video game design. That didn't end up happening. I ended up doing IT consulting for these various retailers. So I work for Walmart, Sears, Canadian Tire, Canadian company, Hudson's Bay Company, Entertainment One, Home Depot, another Canadian company, Shoppers Drug Mart, Equifax, which is really interesting because I was like, for 15 years, I wanted to be a full-time pastor without the church paying for me. And I'm like, Lord, why am I in this IT retail consulting? And I'm like, Lord, I'm handling hundreds, thousands of dollars, $200,000, 200 million, 300 million, 500 million, almost $500 million of Sears money. And I was like, wow, Lord, I'm like in my in my Moses moment, in like Joseph and Daniel. And I'm like learning royalty for such a time as this, right? So I discovered that, and I'm like, but still in my heart, I had this dream to one day be full-time in the ministry without the church paying for me. So what ended up happening was my crypto dream. We're getting there. This is usually 15 minutes. I'm going to try to do it in 2 minutes, this crypto dream. Let me look at my notes. So this crypto dream was amazing. Let me try to do this as best as I can in 2 minutes. So I felt like a New Testament writer. And it was so real, so real. It was a field trip to a private tour in a museum. Obviously, God was the museum owner. I was one of the students. And the museum owner was sharing various exhibit of the museum. And I was like, wow, from the medieval times of armor and weapons to pianos, old pianos, to score sheets. And it was just, I'm like in awe of this museum. And I wanted so badly to have this museum. I'm like, I want to one day to have this museum. It's just so amazing. And I look in my pockets, and I can't show it right now, but it was like empty. No lunch money, no bus fare, no allowance, zero. And my dream burst. I'm like, oh, that's not going to happen. So a lot of you might think your dream is not possible, but I want to encourage you, it is. Let me continue. So all of a sudden, we continue the tour, and I found this fountain, water fountain, similar to when you go to an outlet mall and you would throw coins in there. I was like, wow, there's coins in there. And all of a sudden, I'm like, bus fare, lunch fare, I can have lunch today. So I dipped my hand in the fountain, making sure no one was around. And I looked at the coins, and I was like, whoa, these are old coins. They might be worth even more. Let me dip some more and take it. So I took some more, making sure no one was around, and put it in my bag, put it in my pockets. And thirdly, I said, you know what? This could be the money I can do to do this museum. So I dipped my hand the third time, making sure no one was looking, and I caught up to the continuation of the tour. And then now let's go to, all of a sudden, the end of the tour, the museum owner decided to do an elaborate feast. And of course, God, personified as God, this was like all the foods in the world. I'm talking about Japanese food, French food, Italian food, Asian dishes. And it was laid in front of us, and it was an amazing banquet. And while we're eating, all of a sudden, a siren came out. Woo, woo, woo. And the PA and the announcer of the PA says, warning, artifact missing. Warning, artifact missing. So then we all got up, and then they were searching our bags for the artifacts I was missing. And I'm freaking out. My heart's beating in my chest. I was like, whoa, this is so vivid in the dream. I love it. And the museum owner comes up to me, and I love this. It's like the gospel. He leans into me and says, hey, Erwin, I know it's you. We saw it in the camera, but I forgive you. And I was like, whoa, I was just tearing up and loving it. And I was like, wow, what just happened? Wow. And then the museum owner goes, everyone, false alarm, off to the deserts of the world. So I was like, wow, I was so in awe. Okay, we're getting to the conclusion of the dream. So all of a sudden, when I got back, I decided to write the museum owner. I told him, it's in my notes here. I said, I wrote to the museum owner my intentions of the coins, right? Known as coins, to be like him and build a museum and pay back what I took. And the museum owner said, it's okay. It's the same coins. This is the museum owner speaking. I used to build a museum. These are the coins I found in Italy. And the museum owner said, I got so much wealth and prosperity, no need to pay me back. In fact, keep them and use them wisely. Should you continue building your dream museum? And then he goes, I love this part. He goes, I will be here and you can call me and we can have lunch or dinner or breakfast and I can coach you. And this is the end of the dream. Just like in the dream, I had tears in my face. The glory of God was in my room. And I said, I will never forget this. I just want to be like you. And this is what I got to do finally. Let me give you a definition of a museum. A museum is a building in which objects of historical, scientific, artistic, or cultural interest are stored and exhibited. Wow. And that this is amazing. In heaven, we're going to have the museum that we're going to showcase to each other. And now through cryptocurrency, that's exactly what happened. Let me keep going here. In the crypto dream, March 2nd, 2014 was the dream. March 5th, 2014, I opened up my first crypto exchange account. And this is amazing. From that day forward, I had to learn cryptos, all that, and the Lord helped me not just turn my crypto portfolio from 900,000, not just $1 million, not just $3 million, but this is the Lord, he's so funny. $4.56 million in cryptocurrency profits. And I was able to help others turn their few dollars, 100 of them plus people and counting, thousands, 30 people to thousands of dollars, and two people to millions. So these are their sample portfolio, various portfolios. I was able to help people since 2014, and this is the screenshot I took of one of my friend. I said, "Congratulations, millionaire, my man." So, wow. Okay, let's go. So that's my intro. Pretty long. We're at the 30-minute mark, but let's go. Before we get to understand cryptocurrency, I get this question asked a lot of times. Erwin, what is Bitcoin? What is cryptos? We have to go back to the history of money. Post in the chat, history of money. History of money. History of money. So it's like literally from the bartering system to the bits of code of Bitcoin, right? Back in the days, they would use the barter system back in the days. And then, believe it or not, they use shells, right? And then after that, this is where they started using minted coins, right? So similar to the parable of the minas, the parable of the talents, these coins, minted coins back then. And then the gold standard came up. And then the Bretton Woods system. This is amazing. This is when, I love this because the gold is the Lord's wealth. And they decided to say, you know what? Bretton Woods system says for each paper note, you can redeem that for gold. We can redeem that for gold. But guys, all of a sudden, 1971, the fiat system was introduced. And this is crazy. Let me spend 30 seconds, hopefully not 3 minutes, 30 seconds on this. Guys, notice, I don't know if you guys know, January, I was part of a Christian crypto summit in Oral Roberts University with Michael Matthews of VP of technology in Oral Roberts and Ryan Collins of Bethel. And it's amazing. This is January 2023. And we know around the Grammys, the devil worship happened for 5 minutes and the whole world was freaking out. But guys, third thing that happened was the Ashbury revival. Guys, let's just lift up our hands and just say, thank you, Jesus. We just magnify you, Jesus. Jesus, have your way. Whoa. And it's amazing because 5 minutes of devil worship to, I don't know if it was like a few weeks, a few days of worship. But get this, after that, the Jesus Revolution movie came out. And I dig this when we were doing preparations for this challenge. And it's amazing, 1970 was same thing, Ashbury Revival, 185 hours. and the Jesus Revolution in the 70s. And in the middle of that was the fiat system introduced. And it got me thinking how the enemy created the fiat to put this mammon system, this worldly system, to compress, to contain the potential of the sons and daughters of God, to not spread the gospel, to stop the Ashbury revival and future revivals from happening using fiat. But what if, just like Manuel Johnson says, and all our other prophets, Prophet Dr. Cheryl Ann, Prophet Kurshin, and Prophet Robin, what if this time, Ashbury revival, Jesus Revolution movie, and then the death of the fiat? I want you guys to prophesy right now, death of the fiat. This is the good time we can actually use the word death in a good way. Death of fiat, death of fiat, death of fiat. Why? This fiat system, let me share my slide, is cryptos and Bitcoin. This is the solution to this, our current fiat system. That's an issue. In fact, they've been trying to do this since year 2000, but it was failing again and again and again until 2014. 2008, my fault. 2008 when Bitcoin was introduced. But here, what is fiat money? Fiat money is a type of currency that's not backed by any commodity, such as gold or silver. And we saw this earlier in the Bretton Woods system. I love this. This is when America was on track and aligned to the Lord's assignment. Back it up with gold, God's wealth, God's currency. And then all of a sudden, the Nixon shock in 1971 took that out and introduced this non-mammon system, this non-kingdom attributes, such as centralization. What happens when you centralize it issued by a government? Unlimited supply. It's inflationary. Because let me give an illustration here. I like using this illustration. My kids, I have 6 kids. I think I took half of them to a thrift store, and we got one of these Nokia phones. It was really, really tiny. I gotta bring my props. And I was like, guys, look at this phone. And I was like, wow, it's like $1. And then back in the days, that was a lot, right? I don't know if it was $50 or $100. And it was like $1 or less or a few cents. Guys, if Apple prints 8 billion iPhones, or let's say 20 billion iPhones, it will not cost $1,000+ for an iPhone. So this makes no sense when you'll see that when you're printing nonstop of currency and the value is still the same. Okay, that doesn't make sense. So let's continue the weaknesses of fiat. And it's downtime. It's not 24/7 availability. It's physical. It's local, international transactions can take days, and the value is determined by the market and regulation. And check this out, guys. This is what I talk about. How did you know during COVID from 2020 to 2022, they printed 16 trillion US dollars, right? This graph represents the years 1960 to sometime now, 2023. And then the top graph here from left to the right represents the money, 4 trillion, 8 trillion, 12 trillion, 16 trillion, 20 trillion. During 1960 to 2020, we were around 4 trillion circulating, right? If you notice the Nixon shock here, it was low. That's why the value of the US dollar was so high. But this makes no sense. If you all of a sudden you make 20 billion iPhones, how could it still be worth $1,000+? How can the dollar still be worth $1 after printing 80% of that? That makes no sense. And I think I have a video here. Let's watch this video. Let me see here. Screen. Okay. All right.
At that time, King Solomon makes it very clear. He says, a righteous man will see trouble and prepare his family for it. And I really believe that cryptocurrency is not trouble. The dollar is trouble. The currency dollars around the world is in trouble because eventually, if you see the American dollar fall, it's going to start to domino effect around the world. Watch. And so they were talking about the banking system, you know, that you got billions and $1 trillion banks. They're not going to sit there and let everything fall. They're going to get on board. And I also gave a powerful prophecy that you're going to start to see in 2023 banks accept cryptocurrencies.
Wow.
In 2023, that's already been happening. I said, you will see the Lord show. And I said this last year, I said, the banks are going to have credit cards or debit cards in a form where it will be filtered through cryptocurrency. Watch it come out of it. So far, several major banks have already come out in America and have accepted just as the prophecy it came to pass, is coming to pass, because they're already saying it. Bank of America, Wells Fargo, we're coming out with a debit cryptocurrency card because they said this is where we're going.
Right. So I want to share that video here that the banks are failing and they're going to the crypto train. So we got to get in we got to position ourselves. Guys, post in the chat, position. We got to position ourselves before the banks start transferring their funds into cryptos, pushing cryptos to go up, where if they get in first and then we get in, so they're going to buy Bitcoin at 30,000 and the other cryptos to whatever they are right now, and then we get in, then they're going to sell. They just made money over us, versus the other way around, where we get in now, position ourselves, buying Bitcoin 30,000 and the other cryptos, which is where it's all about right now. But I'm just teaching Bitcoin as an example, where now when they sell, when they're buying, they got to buy from us, where the wealth of the wicked stored up for us, right? So let me keep going here. So second point today, guys, Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is way better than the fiat US dollar. Let me move a little bit quicker. It is backed by proof of work, like mining, like gold. Okay, I'm going to talk about that later. Decentralized, not owned by USA or Canada or the UN. And there's only 21 million ever made. Not a lot of people know this about Bitcoin. It's a limited supply, but 25% is lost because people are forgetting their private keys. That's why earlier in the disclaimer, I said, do not forget your private keys. Right? So there's not just 21 million, there's 16 million, and it keeps going down, not just Bitcoin, but the rest of the cryptos as well. In the code, I don't want to go too technical, but every 4 years, the Bitcoin is being released and it's reduced to half, right? When it was first introduced, it was 50 Bitcoins every 10 minutes. So let's say we are already in the 40-minute here. There would have been 50 times every 10 minutes in 4 times 50, that's 200 Bitcoins being released every 10 minutes. In 40 minutes, that would have been 200 Bitcoins. But in 2012, it was only 25 Bitcoins that's being released outside of the whole world. And then as we stand right now, there's only 5.25 Bitcoin being released. When that happens, unlike the US, who printed 80%, 16 trillion all of a sudden, the value doesn't go down, the value goes up, okay? And 24/7 availability. This is amazing. Since 2008, it has never gone down. I mean, who has experienced your bank or your credit card going down, like PayPal, Zelle, Cash App going down, or American Express, Visa, or MasterCard? And it's digital, irreversible transactions. This is amazing. The first price was 0.008 cent, and right now we're around 30,000 plus. I got in when it was $500, and it's divisible by 8. The smallest unit is 0.070 and then 1 BTC. Guys, all right, post in the chat. This is interesting. Let's go into the idea of proof of work. A lot of people say, oh, Bitcoin has no value. People just put a value to it, not understanding that the mining aspect of that. Post in the chat, how much do you think it costs to mine 1 Bitcoin? When I say mine it, to create it, I'm talking about the manpower, the electricity, the equipment. Out of 198 countries, they did a survey. You can use Google or Chat GPT to say, hey, how much is it to mine one Bitcoin in 190 countries? So put it in the chat, guys. Is it $1? Is it $10? Is it 10,000? Is it 20,000? Is it 0? How much do you think? I'm just gonna wait for you guys. How much does you think? I know there's a delay. How much do you think it costs to mine 1 Bitcoin? It is like proof of work like gold. For you to mine gold, it costs around, let me see here right now what gold prices are. I'm pretty sure gold prices around that 16. Let me see here. As you guys are posting the assumption price for Bitcoin, but around $2,600. That's to mine 1 ounce of gold. The manpower, the equipment, the energy, all that to mine gold costs $2,600. So just like Bitcoin, to mine 1 Bitcoin, there's money associated with that. So people are posting here right now. Patricia Lilly said 38K. Shauna said $15. A billionaire Karn said 750. Mark says 11,000. Let me see if I'm reading this right because it's a little bit blurry. Yes, 11,750, $15, 38,000. The closest person is 35,000. Patricia Dilly, you won the VIP. So we'll give that to VIP to Patricia Dilly. She was the closest. Okay. Karen said, no idea, 25K. So as even this, I updated this and it's around $35,000 USD to mine 1 Bitcoin out of 198 countries, guys. Did you know the price right now is around 29K? And did you know around November last year, it was around $15,000 and it was around 35K to mine 1 Bitcoin. Wow. And did you know, because of the math that I told you, there's 900 Bitcoins being released every day. And if you do the math, people are paying $31 million per day to mine Bitcoin. I'm a small-time miner. Back in the days, we spent $500,000 to mine Bitcoin. They're spending $31 million $31 million per day to mine Bitcoin in a year. That's $11 billion per year. And I believe this is going to continue going up. Compared to 2020, they were only spending 1 million per day and 1 billion per year. Guys, something is happening in the crypto space. So guys, if you're understanding what Bitcoin is, understand history of money from barter to bits. This is the evolution of money. This is the Lord. I believe with all my heart. Dr. Manuel Johnson talks about it yesterday. When there's a currency highlight, a currency change, God is going to do something. God is going to do something big. And I believe he's bringing back kingdom-like currency where it is backed by proof of work and that it is for the people, not for selected few. It is for kingdom expansion. And that's what cryptocurrency is all about. Luke 19:13, he talks about this in the parable of the minas, 10 servants and gave them 10 minas. And he says, put this money to work. Post in the chat, guys. Put this money to work. Put this money to work. Put this money to work. Okay. So right here, when we're saying put this money to work until I come back, the supernatural great wealth transfer has been happening already in various asset class. It's been happening in businesses, in real estate, in paper assets, and in commodities. But not a lot of people, this is in your worksheet. You can fill this out if you have already experiencing the wealth or if you know somebody in there, right? So the different assets that you can have businesses is if you have Facebook or Apple or Amazon, real estate, if you're to rent out property or house flipping, and paper assets, if you do stocks, bonds, or mutual funds, and commodities, if you're doing oil, gold, and silver. So you can fill that out, or if you're doing cryptos already on your worksheet before you submit that. But here's another part of your worksheet. A lot of people ask this question. If you have experience, you can put it. If not, you can put not applicable NA. But if you've done a business, you can put just an idea of how much time you put in there. You don't have to put the exact numbers in the money you spent there. You can put dollar for each, the thousands you have, and then the multipliers, right? Whether it's real estate, paper assets, or commodities. But what I want to demonstrate in this homework is how cryptos outpaces every other asset class, right? The fifth asset class is cryptos. Since 2009, there has been, just like what Dr. Manuel Johnson is saying, billionaires happening overnight with the next peak that's happening. 100,000 millionaires made and many more daily. Okay, this fifth asset class of cryptos, it keeps going up. A lot of people look at it in a zoom view and say, "Oh, don't buy it at 16,000. Oh, it's at 20,000." You have to zoom out, right? Post in the chat, guys. Zoom out, zoom out, zoom out. Don't look at it in this year or in the last 2 years or the last 3 years. You got to see the whole picture since 2009. Okay, let me show you an illustration. That one, 2010, it was valued at 9 cents. And what can you buy? Nothing because of inflation, not even candies anymore. But 2011, the average price was around 30 cents. In 2011, you could have bought one tomato for one Bitcoin. And then 2012, wow, this is making me hungry now. I didn't have dinner yet. 2012, $5.27. All of a sudden, a Bitcoin can buy you fresh strawberries, 2-pound pack. And then 2013, all of a sudden, it became $13. Wow, one Bitcoin surpassed. Let me go back there. Actually, notice 2012, it surpassed $1. One Bitcoin was worth more than $1, $5.27. 2013, right? Bitcoin was worth more than $1. This is crazy. Frozen entree at $13.30. And then 2014, one Bitcoin can buy you a used iPhone at $770. All of a sudden, this is what like a bunch of millionaires made. This is one of the first peaks. 2015, it dropped to 313. Notice how it's past $1, worth more than US dollar for one Bitcoin. 2016, PlayStation 5 at $434. 2017, look at that, an iPad near that $1,000 range. And this is what happened to me 2018. Bitcoin was so high that my $4.56 million, all of a sudden, a Bitcoin can buy you a small car. This is where it passed gold and never looked back. 2019, it was a sofa, $3,800. 2020, $7,000 for a hot tub. Guys, 2021, it went 30K. This is the same price we're at right now. All of a sudden, a Bitcoin can buy you a down payment for a home, depending on where you are, obviously. And guys, 2022, at 47K, it could have bought you a small business franchise. And guys, 2023, what if? Manuel Johnson said it could be 100,000 to 100,000 plus. What if it could be a down payment for 10 homes? Who here wants a down payment for 10 homes? Obviously, depending where you are, because obviously in Toronto, that's going to buy you not that much stuff. So 2026, what if Bitcoin is 1 million plus? Dr. Manuel Johnson's had a vision as well that Bitcoin hit 1 million plus. In fact, let me go there real quickly. Guys, we can't be like these people. I'm going to go a little bit faster. But Greg here says, I wish I had kept 1,700 Bitcoin at 6 cents. Guys, we have to have insight. We have to have wisdom. We have to have vision. The prophets are saying it. He sold them at 30 cents. Now they're $8. Obviously, right now, that's 2011. We're already at 30,000 and it peaked at 70,000. Nick Allen says, I'm such an idiot. Bitcoin down $2.70 a pop. So glad I didn't buy that mess. Let's say you buy $30,000 worth of Bitcoin and it drops 16,000. You're like, oh, I'm so glad that didn't happen. But guys, what happens if it goes to 100,000 to 300,000 to a million? And I'll show you later a graph that shows it's going to head to a billion. And here, another tweet says, if you bought just $2 of Bitcoin a day instead of lotto tickets, I mean coffee, that's my joke, for the last 6 years, you would have 250,000. Guys, let me show you this video. This is, again, another recap from Dr. Manuel Johnson. Let me share this tab, and here we go.
I could put in this much money and the cryptocurrencies goes like that, and the dollars are going like that. Where am I winning? I warned wonderful pastors. I'm not going to give their name. I warned wonderful pastors. I said, Bitcoin's about to go up. I said, certain real estates are going to go up. I said, watch. I know everything is going to fall, it's going to fall, it's going to fall. I said, no. I'm telling you, there's about to be a shift in 2023. And it's going to watch, it's going to go. I saw it with my own eyes as the Lord took me to a place. I don't know what year it was, but I knew it wasn't like 10 years. I knew it wasn't 5 years. I knew it was close. That part I knew. And I saw the board. I was in New York.
Dr. Manuel Johnson, what year was that when you saw this?
I saw this was last year. And I saw and I was taken in. Oh my gosh, my light.
So notice, like I said this earlier in the pre-show, his light flickered. I believe the Lord's saying, make note of this. Make note of this, guys. Make note of this. Here we go.
My light. Okay. I'll fix that later. So I was taken in the future and I saw the board on, it wasn't Times Square. I was in the trading platform. And I saw and I remember seeing the boards. And I forgot what you call it in New York, or the tradings, stock trading. And I would not forget it. And I saw, and it said Bitcoin, and it was trading over 100,000.
Wow.
It was trading at over 100,000. I'll never forget that. And I saw certain other things, certain other cryptos. My wife, remember the other one XRP.
So guys, not just Bitcoin, it's also the other cryptos. In fact, Bitcoin is minimum in terms of gains compared to what XRP and the other coins can do. So make note on this one.
I saw it. It was it's real. This was as real as I'm looking at the screen and you two now, all you wonderful saints. It was so real. XRP. And I saw the numbers, and I was looking at the numbers. So what is XRP now, honey? Okay. I remember seeing it. It was above 7.0, but it was like $7. It was nowhere near where it is now.
Wow.
770, was it like 70, right? 70 or $75. It was up there. It shot up. Something had happened. And the news media went buck wild. And they were saying on the news, many people that had invested in certain cryptocurrencies are now millionaires. So, saints, you got to get on board. God has given us a window of opportunity. He has given us a window. Right now, a homeless person can do XRP right now. A homeless person can get involved. So I'm speaking, and I have other prophet friends like Donna Rickney and Kat Kerr, and we all have heard the Lord. Wealth transfer is coming. The wealth transfer is also based off listening to what the Lord is doing, His knowledge. And so this is a good platform here. So those that are watching this platform, you must share this information.
Awesome. So we must share this information, and that's exactly what I am doing. And guys, Bitcoin over 100K, that's 30,000 times, let's do the math, that's 3x, 4x. And then XRP at 50 cents, another type of cryptocurrency at 50 cents, going $70 can go 140x, right? So let me show you here more proof how cryptos is already outpaced the banks. It's all of Bitcoin is worth more than JP Morgan. I updated this today. Even my Canadian bank, Royal Bank of Canada, Ethereum's already the last thing Ethereum has to beat the JP Morgan Chase. So cryptos has already outpaced the banks. And here, even Bitcoin has outpaced Facebook. Why is not a lot of people talking about this? Because the enemy is afraid and they don't want to show this, right? Bitcoin is worth, all of Bitcoin is worth more than Facebook, right? It's going to dethrone and beat Tesla, Amazon, Google, even Silver, Microsoft, and Apple easily on this next peak. In fact, I believe when it reaches and past gold, this is crazy. 4 billion of the whole world will get into cryptocurrency. So we need to position ourselves, guys. But we have to position ourselves because cryptos is going to outpace every asset class. Let me go with real estate. I'm going to go a little bit quicker. So hang on your seats. Cryptos and real estate. I bought a home. A lot of people's experiencing double or maybe in 10 years, maybe in 5 years. I just shown you Bitcoins will go. In fact, I'll show you later how our community minus Academy, some of them already has 7 or 8x already, right? I'm going to show you that. So cryptos and stock is good. Usually takes a few years. I'll show you that in a few days. The other days we have here. These stocks, you need more to get in, but then you need lots of years, 10, 18, 25, 24, 42 years to get into cryptos. But I mean, to appreciate versus cryptos can take 1 to 4 years potentially, depending on the timing of the market. See here, we saw cryptos less than 5 years. We get these crazy multipliers. If you were to buy one Bitcoin when it first came out, that would have been worth $86 million now. Right? Who here wish they can time travel back there? And now we have an opportunity once more, right? Once more. Here, you're thinking gold is king, but cryptos, Bitcoin has outpaced that since 2018 and never looked back. Wow. Right? The fifth asset class, cryptos. I'm going to repeat this. 19 plus billionaires and counting, 100,000 plus millionaires and counting, and many more daily. Just like Rachel, a substitute teacher turned millionaire. She was only paying $25 a week into cryptos, and all of a sudden, she was able to reach 7 figures. Leah Thompson, another tech worker turned crypto influencer. She was putting in $500 to $1,000 a month in cryptos, and all of a sudden, she was able to hit, I believe, seven figures as well. Kane Ellis, a high school student who instead of going to school, decided to do cryptos, and now he was able to do his high-end car business. And he says this statement: don't go into thinking it's a short-term investment, because realistically it's a long-term. And I love this because it says one, even though it says learn term 1, but I believe it could be 1, 2, 5 to 10 years depending on your seed. And Terrence Leonard, I love this example. I appreciate all the veterans in this broadcast and in the replay. Navy man with a dream home. He got in 2013 and he pulled out. But what's amazing is he went back 2019, $2,000. He went all in, and in 2 years, he was able to hit 7 figures. Guys, even in our community, I can quickly say this. Some of us already had made 7 to 8x. We're able to partner with Christian kingdom-related cryptos and NFT projects such as Kingdom Warriors, such as Axe Token, such as C12 Token, Cyber Bibles and NFTs, Linus Warrior, one of our members, Dr. Colette James, and then Index Coin, Kingdom Wealth Exchange. Some of us is already 7, 8x. Guys, something is happening here, quite possibly. Even Fidelity says it. By 2038, let me expand this image. Bitcoin, this in the left side right here, shows from $0 all the way to $1 billion. The projection of Fidelity from 2009, zooming out, quite possibly by 2038, one Bitcoin can be worth $1 billion. And the Lord showed me this, how Bitcoin is like that star that, I'm a little bit over time, a star in a Christmas tree, and all the other cryptocurrencies are all tied like the ornaments. If a giant angel was to come out and pull that Bitcoin up, the rest of the coins will go up, right? So that's why I said not just about Bitcoin, it's about the other cryptocurrencies. And I think, is that it? I think that's it. Yes, that's it. Recap for today. We're going to go to the VIP Backstage Pass in Zoom. If you paid for the VIP experience, please email support@minustech.ca to get the Zoom call. If not, admins, if you guys can post the link for the VIP experience. So the recap today, guys. Right? The Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies created a solution to our current fiat issues. And secondly, how it's way better than the US dollar. bringing back kingdom-like currency. And thirdly, it's going up in value faster than any other asset class. Guys, the banks are toppling. Something is happening. This could be the year where 4 billion crypto users come into the market. I think we're around 300 million or less than a billion that's doing cryptos right now, just like the internet. Okay. So day 2, tomorrow, same time, 5 p.m. PST, 8 p.m. EST, how pain points to promise. I'm going to talk about how avoiding pain avoids gain. Okay. And I'm going to talk about, see here. And I'm going to talk about how motivation is to avoid pain. So tomorrow, please, and invite VIP experience, homework, fill out your sheets. And if you guys enjoyed this teaching, just put a 10. If I need some improvement, put a 5 and your feedback, and then put a 1 and put your feedback. But if you enjoy this, just put a 10. And then now we're gonna go to the backstage experience, godairdropchallenge.com/VIP experience. We're gonna go back. I'm gonna take some questions. Make me 30 to 45 minutes, an hour more. Let's just close us in prayer. Once again, the godairdropchallenge.com/VIP experience. Let me go over this real quickly. That's what I put in my slides. You get behind the scenes with me and lifetime access to all the recordings, all the challenge, because we are going to take this down next week, Monday. Right, we're going to take down all the recordings. Sorry, 2 weeks from now, Monday around May-ish. There's 100 limited seats, so there's still some space. And we have a private Telegram group where you can ask questions, and we will help you out with some questions. And we're going to do some giveaways, right? So NFTs, the stuff that I showed, Axe Token, C12, Kingdom Warriors, NFTs, Lioness Kingdom, and so on, Cyber Bibles, okay? So let me pray us out. Ooh, that was so good. All right, thank you for all the 10s. Patricia loves the 8. Thank you, Daddy God. Lord, I pray. Thank you for sending your sons and daughters in this call, that there's not an accident, that they're in here, that you're entrusting them and that you're promoting them and that you're assigning them an assignment. And with that assignment comes the funding, comes the unlimited funding. Wow. So Lord, I pray, thank you for today's broadcast. Thank you for all the points. I pray for people as well that's watching the replay as they hashtag it and interact. And as we go to the VIP, may the questions be awesome and I'm able to answer them. Have your way. Thank you for day 1. This we pray in your precious name. Everyone say amen, amen. All right, guys. I'll see you guys at the VIP. It's not too late. godairdropchallenge.com/VIP experience. I'll see you guys at the Zoom.